Hello, good day as always. What a gracious and wonderful thing the Lord has done by allowing me to be with you. This is, of course, the 32nd Sunday in Ordinary Time. We go right to the first reading in the second book of Maccabees, chapter 7, verses 1 to 2, and then 9 to 14. At that time in the history of Israel, their rulers were trying to force the Jews to give up their Judaism and instead practice the religion of the rulers, which was quite different than the Jewish religion. To give up their practice of the religion of the rulers under the pain of severe torture and death. For the 7 brothers and their mothers in our reading, their life was their Jewish religion and God. Taking away their earthly life and inflicting horrifying torture were as nothing to them. Their strength was their faith in God, who would raise them up to live again forever. In the third reading in Luke chapter 20, verses 27 to 38, the Sadducees, who did not believe in the afterlife, tried to confront Jesus with a problematic hypothetical situation that they felt proved that there was no afterlife. Jesus explained to the Sadducees that life in heaven is not the same as life on earth. There was no need for the institution of marriage in heaven. My thought is that we would all deeply love one another, and in heaven, spiritually, love one another spiritually, like the angels, when we ourselves are in heaven. There would be no need for a marital love through physical intimacy. Secondly, entry into heaven comes not through biological reproduction, but through growing spiritually by cooperating with the Holy Spirit to become saints. And I'd like to put in another verse from 1 John chapter 3, just verses 2 to 3. Beloved, we are God's children now. What we shall be has not yet been revealed. We do know that when it is revealed, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. Everyone who has this hope based on him makes himself pure, as God is pure. In the second reading, 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verses 16 on to chapter 3, verse 5. Paul speaks of the encouragement we receive in our hearts and the strengthening we receive to be the people of good deed and word. In other words, our faith shows itself in our good actions. All this is to make us capable of fending off the devil and his perverse and wicked people. Daily we are on our way to our eternal home in heaven, but on the way we may be tested by fire. All these three readings tie in. Life is a struggle in which we will always be victorious as long as we walk with the Lord in the battle. Over to Romans, a little selection there, chapter 8, verses 31b to 32, then 37. That would be chapter 8, verses 31b to 32, then 37. If God is for us, who can be against us? He did not spare his own son, but handed him over for us all. Will he not also give us everything else along with him? Knowing all these things, we conquer overwhelmingly through him who loved us. God bless you all. Oh. Excuse me. Now this is going to go on. If I don't find my other, oh, there it is. Okay.